First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakodash. The honor to the apostles and the elders that do well a great milestone. Peace and salutation to the Akim out there pushing his gospel and sincerity and truth. Say shalom to you, humble and sincere sisters out there as well. This lesson will be entitled, a quick edification entitled Forming Good Habits. Alright, forming good habits. That is basically what everyday living is. It's just habits. You just do the things that you learned over time, right? Like you wake up, you pray, or you do whatever you have to do. You brush your teeth, you wipe your face, you bathe, you eat something, right? And certain people do this every day, and then other people's routine for the morning, they might get up, they might stretch, do some exercise, brush your teeth, bathe, right? So but basically, it have people do a cool showers, whatever the case is, but basically it's habits, right? Habits is something that is learned. You can't keep going off of motivation all the time, because motivation is an emotion, and we know that emotions don't last, right? Emotions is like a roller coaster, but you need something constant, right? You need skills, and you need, as I said, something constant that would assist you in this journey, right? One of my favorite sayings is I'm not afraid of the man that knows 1,000 kicks, but of the man that practice one kick 1,000 times, right? Because this is what consistency is. This is what showing up every day is about. Doing the same things every day, forming habits is about. And just like you know to brush your teeth every day, just like you know how to bathe every day. That was a habit learned your entire life. You learned the habit, from before you could even remember. Brushing your teeth before you could even remember every day. Something like bedtime. Hey, you wanna fix your sleep schedule? Oh, you just do it, right? Yeah, you deal with the herbs and all these things. But let's say you wanna go in your bed by 9 o'clock, right? And you going in your bed by 12. What you do? From 12 you go to half 11, then 11, then half 10, then 10, then half 9, and then 9, right? And you fix it like that. Even in the gym, if you wanna get stronger, what you have to do? The quickest way to get stronger is what you're adding a increase, right? Small increments, right? Every training session, right? So let's say you could deadlift 200, you do 205, and then the next day you do 210, and then 215, and then 220, right? Yeah, and you accumulate that strength, and the key thing would be what? Consistency, right? And that discipline, and forming that habit. That, hey, when I come in the gym, I have so and so to do this amount of weight for this amount of sets and reps, right? And for this truth is the same thing, because there are certain tasks, right? You could group this truth into certain areas, right? You have one area where is to do the works, right? Preaching, it have a specific day and time, or however it work out, that we are to go out. And then that with your videos, right, it have a specific amount that you had to bring out every week and every month, right? When you tally it up, and then in order to bring out these videos, and in order to preach you with at a level, right, and the harder wisdom to do so, you need to go and do what? Seek after wisdom and search wisdom, right? And when you search in wisdom, you can break that down into smaller parts too. Reading the scriptures, researching different things you don't know, definitions, history, backstory, revising, right, precepts, on a topic, right? You're doing it like with topics instead of just reading broadly. Yeah, you're learning a topic like a reincarnation, right? And you go through the various precepts talking about reincarnation. You watch the apostles' videos, you watch the videos of other brothers, right? And this is you seeking wisdom. This is you, receiving wisdom, building up yourself, right? Examining yourself, learning the law, statutes, and commandments, all these things, so that you could have the ability to then make videos and preach the word to teach others, right? Teach yourself, and then you're teaching others. And the next aspect would be what? Which will fall into wisdom, because wisdom is the principal thing, right? Wisdom is the light. So prayer is right. A man that pray and fast is a man that had wisdom, right? So praying and fasting form a habit with that. You know that when you wake up in the morning, yeah, you might wake up in the morning, you might have to get ready for work one time, you might have a busy schedule. Make sure and pray. Wake up earlier just to pray to the Most High, right? Before you go and sleep, when you reach home, as you touch that bed, you gotta knock out pray. Right? During the day, remember, pray. You understand? Remember to pray. Right? That one of our strongest weapons. Right? And you form habits doing all these things. You don't necessarily have to create a schedule. You could, but you just know every day that I had to make a video, and I had to study, and I had to pray to the Most High, right? Every single day I had to do something. If it's an hour of my time, if it's 30 minutes of my time, to just resonate with the Heavenly Father, resonate with the Spirit. And you do that every single day. You do that. And you're doing it. You're not just reading and you know you're reading. Like you're actually studying. Like remember when we was in school and you're studying for exam, you're actually studying for 45 minutes, for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, how much ever you could manage. Right? And you do that with that intensity every day. After 30 days, right? If you do a video a day, like 30 videos, right? You have done the works at 4 times a month. You would have studied every single day. And they say read 5 chapters a day. That you're 100 after 30 days. That 150 chapters read, right? So it possible. You take it in little bite-sized pieces. Instead of trying to eat the whole thing. You break off a piece and you break off a piece and you break off a piece, and eventually over time you will have finished that entire meal. Right? So I just want to bring out a precept in the book of Proverbs chapter 15 verse 28. It says the heart of the righteous Salak. Salak, yeah. Why did I write that? Alright, the book of Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 28. It says, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Right? So a man that don't have rule over his own mind, he leaving himself open to be destroyed. He leaving himself open for an attack. Right? Because Satan is out. Satan is seeking whom he may devour. Right? Coming upon us with great wrath. And that wrath is not a physical wrath yet, but right now it's a spiritual wrath. With all these distractions. You understand? With all these distractions. Don't get too caught up in this world. Always remember the foundation. Always remember your reason for living is to serve Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So make sure you put these things first. Everything else will come after, and then you would learn that the more you choose this world, the more painful life is going to become, to be honest, right? And if as I say, if you give the Most High what is required every day, the Lord will bless you. The Most High will bless you. But if you want to half-ass and you want to be lukewarm and all these things, you will get a recompense for that. And sometimes the Lord will execute that judgment speedily upon you to teach you a lesson one time, or He will let it accumulate. And you don't want it to accumulate. You don't want to receive our judgment like the rest of our people, to be destroyed in the end. Understand? So rather to get a quick judgment, a quick easy, compared to what they're gonna get, a quick easy judgment to get back in line than to be destroyed. Right? Rather a pat on the wrist, and an all out beating. Read it again. He that had no rule, right? No control over his own self, right? It's like a city that is broken down. So you need to have control. You need to be temperate. You understand? You need to have control over your life, over the things that you do, not your external, but the internal. Control your mind, right? And do the things, build habits that for your benefit. Alright, 1 Corinthians 9:22. It's a 25. See, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Not to be temperate. To be temperate is basically to have control of yourself. A man that lacks temperance is a man that is easily swayed by external distractions. You understand? So you say you walking down a path, a man with no temperance, he might see something, he will stop, he will watch that. Right? You walk an extra couple meters, he might see something again, he might run off the path, and then he will come back. But a man that is temperate is a man that has control. He's single-minded. There are distractions, and he is not drawn into them and consumed by them. He has control. You understand? He has control. So I read it again. They say every man that strives for the mastery, right? We striving for a mastery, right? To master something is to perfect it. And how do you perfect something? You perfect something by working at it. Right? If you want to be the fastest man in the world, how are you going to become the fastest man in the world? By training to be the fastest man in the world. Right? It's that simple. If you want to be a man of the Lord, how are you going to become a man of the Lord? By doing the things that the men of the Lord do. Right? Simple as that. By replicating men of the Lord. That is how you yourself become one. You observe men of the Lord, right? The ones that are in the midst of us in these days, and the ones of the scriptures, right? And you see how they lived, and you replicate and do the things that they did, because the things that they did is the things that the Heavenly Father requires. Look at Yahushai, which is the greatest example and will always be the greatest example. Observe how Yahushai lived and follow suit. You understand? Because that is the man, that is the first man of the Lord. That is the first son of the Lord. Right? And live how he lived. Did what he tried to, do what he did to the best of your ability. And that's how you become a man of the Lord. Right? But it all begins with forming good habits. By doing the same things every single day, right? And allowing all your little goal accomplishments to accumulate over time. You can make one. Right? With that, whole business was edifying, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash, Shalom.